And for our last story of the day, too often there are too many cases in Singapore of elderly actually getting into physical altercations, and since both parties are elderly, any of them could get hurt very badly and it could end very badly, as in this story where it led to one of the parties being unalive. This happened on May 8, 2022 at the Singapore Pools outlet at Marine Parade NTUC Singapore, and the parties involved are Ho, 76, a coffee shop operator, and an 80-year-old man who is the victim. Okay, so we need to give context of what happened before the altercation at the Singapore Pools outlet. So there were prior incidents when the victim allegedly stole kuehs or pastries from a stall in Ho's coffee shop months earlier. So the tenant of the stall complained this to Ho, which Ho then monitored the victim very closely every time he was at his coffee shop. This led to friction with the victim once challenging Ho in Hokkien, saying, "What are you looking at?" Okay, so now on this day, May 8, 2022, Ho and the victim both happened to be at the same Singapore Pools outlet, okay? The victim saw Ho and then exclaimed again to Ho, "What are you looking at?" This escalated into arguments which turned physical, with both exchanging Hokkien vulgarities. Ho initially walked away but returned angrily, threatening the victim by saying, "Later I wait for you outside." He then confronted the victim again while the victim was feeling his betting slips, and Ho pushed the victim's arm, assaulted the victim's head, and shoved his chest. As a result, the victim fell and hit his head on a wooden cabinet. Security guards prevented Ho from leaving the premises, and the victim was held onto a stool. So the victim tried to stand up and walk away, but he actually fell down and he was unconscious at this point. He was then sent to the hospital, where it was discovered that the victim suffered from several skull fractures and brain bleeding. The victim sadly passed away in Changi General Hospital later, succumbing to his injuries. And the autopsy report was death due to head injury from the fall caused by Ho. Ho was arrested on that day, and we have the sentencing now at March 10, 2025. The charge is voluntarily causing hurt leading to grievous hurt, and Ho has been sentenced to 22 months jail. The prosecution sought 1.5 years to 2 years jail, citing Ho's violence and lack of remorse. While the defense argued for Ho's poor health, he has prostate cancer, spine issues, and upcoming cataract surgery being factored into the sentencing. Ho pleaded guilty, and the incident rooted in prior petty theft and ongoing animosity between both parties. Once again, anger management. It seems the elderly might need to take classes on anger management, or even meditation classes, because there is too many news every year on just elderly getting into physical altercations, and elderly are old and they cannot withstand the impact of a fall. It could end really badly on them.